All right, we're back with another air conditioner slash home renovation hack. I'm going to try putting a soft starter onto our AC unit because I cannot run. This is our heat pump and our air conditioner, and so in the winter if we lose power, my little 7 kW generator won't turn this on because the lock rotor amperage is 83 amps. But once this thing is up and running, it only pulls 6 amps, which my generator, or 9 amps, which my generator could handle. So I'm going to walk you through installing this micro air. The other things that that we've done is I showed you how to clean this out earlier this summer, so you can watch this video here, and it shows how to, the steps you got to do. But I also recommend watching this video, and I did it later, and I found an even more efficient way to clean these fins. So today I'll walk you through this, and let's see if it makes any difference. All right, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have turned off your disconnect or pulled out your disconnect key so that we don't have power. And then go ahead and triple check that you don't have incoming power on your circuits. Okay, we're good. I temporarily mounted this down here. I just pulled one of the screws out and found a little bit longer one. This might actually be the permanent place that I put it if it works, because you're not disrupting airflow, and it's up off the ground. And then there's a little bit of there's a place where my thermostat wires come in, and it's a nice big opening. I think that I'm just going to feed this right up through there, and so you've only got 4 wires to deal with. So I mean, how hard can it be? So let's, I'll get that up in there, and then we'll jump to the instructions. All right, we got our wires up in there. Let's jump to the wiring diagram. On their sheet, they give you a little QR code. It says select wiring diagram from your air conditioning unit. So I'm going to see if we're residential, commercial. Give yourself plenty of time after disconnecting power to let this capacitor discharge. Even though you're reading no power here, if you were to touch across the terminals on that capacitor, it could be fatal, so it needs some time to discharge. Let's just make this easiest for you guys, because I don't like reading instructions, and I know you don't, but I read them all for you. So right off the bat, we're going to put a female spade terminal on our white one, a male yellow spade terminal on our brown one, a female blue terminal on our orange, and a female black terminal or blue terminal on our black. So get those in there first. There's a wire that comes off of your capacitor that goes down here to your contactor. That one you don't mess with. There's a second red wire that hooks to that contactor. That's the one you want to take off, and then it gets connected to the male terminal on your brown wire that you just put in. And then we'll get some tape. So, it's clicked in, but we want to tape that up also. So brown goes to the red wire that was on the terminal. Then we take the white terminal, or the white wire, and it goes to that terminal that you just took the red wire off of. So the red one connects to the brown, and the white goes back here where the red was. So nothing major right now. Takes a little bit of finagling, but we'll get it. There we go. Okay, now we have a black and an orange left. The orange wire goes up here on top of your capacitor. There's a terminal that's labeled HERM, H-E-R-M. Bring it in here, buddy, so I can show you. Okay, so we have a fan, we have a common, and then back here in the very back it says H-E-R-M. That's where our orange one's going to go. So it's going to go back there. And then our black one goes back down here to our contactor. This is where we just removed the red wire. And now we're going to put the black wire right over here on the black one. And then that pretty well finishes up the wiring. So easy peasy. So I'm going to get that and get this all tidied up and zip tied into place. And I might have to skin it back a little bit, and then I'm going to even just zip tie my wire here, and we'll be back here in just a minute and fire it up, and we'll hook and see what our locked rotor amps are. But one thing I do notice is it says that it learns and it takes, oh, where was it? I think you have to start the thing 4 times.
It's
Repeat
5.
the process 4 times. And, oh yeah. EasyStart learns the first 5 successful starts of the motor. So, which ultimately I think that's just charging up capacitors and stuff like that. So I will cycle this thing 5 times so that we get a good, accurate representation of what it's going to do, and then I will be back. You want to make sure that it actually goes into the slot, because the way these are, you can accidentally stuff it behind, and then you don't have a connection, or it can go in front of. So really eyeball and make sure that it is going where it's supposed to go. So it should be locking right down in them teeth, and then I don't know if you can see that, but like I said, just pay attention, because if this tab goes behind there, you're going to have a terrible connector, or if it goes in front of. All right, I've got it all wired up, and I don't know if you can hear the generator running in the background. I'm still ironing out a couple kinks. I've got a inverter generator. It's gas-powered inverter generator, and so the last time I started it on eco mode, which has it idled down. 12.8 on the inrush amps. And like I said, we're running off of generated power right now. So we're pulling 7.9 amps phase to phase, leg to leg. Now let's just see, we'll wait a minute and see if the house fan kicks on. The last time it tripped out. But, so there you go, it worked. And there was nothing to it. Now I will say, if my model is older, and so it was easy as pie. You saw the 4 wires. And the newer models, they have like a comfort system, and there's a couple things you have to do with the micro air. But something else that's cool about it is there's an app, and so let me show you. I'm connected to the app. Yeah, see there, we shut off again. I need to sort that out. Well, this has been running consistently on house power for the last 10 minutes. So it's not an error on the micro air, which I didn't think that it was. I think that I've got either a refrigerator kicking on or something like that. And I made a contactor box for my generator so that I push a button and a contactor engages and then puts it into the house. And there's a chance that when the fridge or something's kicking on, it pulls my voltage down for a second and is letting that contactor drop out. So that's just something I've got to sort out. But as far as the soft start, this thing, I'll play the sound bites side by side, or pay attention, and it is so much quieter too when it starts up. And this stupid thing is like right outside my bedroom window. So I'm curious if our sleep score improves now that we don't have to listen to this hammer on at night. It just slowly ramps up. All in all, I would definitely say it's a success. You're looking at about 350 bucks is another downside. So I've got to get this generator working for me to make it worth my money. But I hope I helped you guys. If you have any questions, just drop a comment, and please like and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you. I got it sorted. What it was, you can hear the generators running. This puppy, I set the house on like 74 degrees, so it's been running, and my well pump was kicking on. So that's what was kicking the generator out. So I am now fully operational on generated power. So win-win for that, bring on the snow. So I hope you guys have a great day.